Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today is another Spotlight Hour and it's just about to start. We're a little bit ahead of schedule today, which is actually a good thing because normally we're slightly behind on Spotlight Hour. Sometimes we arrive a little bit late to the stream, but today we are ahead of schedule and it shouldn't be too long now until all these Pokemon start fading away. So we'll just shiny check. Nope. It has just turned 6 o'clock, so all these now will turn into Joltik. So Joltik is going to be the featured Pokemon for today's Spotlight Hour, and you may have actually got a Joltik over the weekend because it was featured as part of one of the rotating hourly habitats, which was the electric or poison types that appeared during the Go Wild area event. So you might have already got this shiny over the weekend, but it is a really nice shiny. Not much changes. Its little blue features go to purple and its body goes to a slightly different colour of yellow, so not too much of a change, but it is still a very nice shiny to try and get. Now, me personally, I didn't manage to get one of these over the weekend. I think I've already managed to get one before in the past. We have got a huge one there, so that's nice. So we will just check to see if we do need one of these for the family. Now, apologies for the screen. We will try and turn the brightness up just so you can see my face a little bit more. But obviously it is winter time here in the UK, so we are quite pitch black in terms of the front facing camera, so I do apologise for that, but it's an annoying time of the year where it goes dark really early here in the UK. Decide to keep changing the clocks. So definitely get involved in the comments down below while you're watching the live stream. Let me know what you thought of the Go Wild area event, and also let me know if you've done Spotlight Hour in your area already, and did you manage to get any luck? If you did, is this a shiny that you are wanting? Now we will just check, like I mentioned before, we will just check to see if we do need Joltik shiny. So let's just type that in. And we have actually got the family. So there you can see the Garvantula. It's parts of its body does go a darker shade, pretty much like a dark teal or dark blue into black there. Quite a nice shiny, but as you can see, the Joltik is a little bit like a lime greeny body with those purple eyes and toes there, so is a nice shiny. Hopefully we can get one during the stream. Thanks so much for joining. So we will be doing a route as well, and we'll be trying to get this shiny along the way. It is getting quite cold here in the UK, so hopefully it's a little bit warmer wherever you're playing. Now, we are next to a road as well, so apologies for any background noise that you hear. We'll be walking down the main road and keeping to where the street lights are. We normally do a different route on the Spotlight Hours. We normally stay off the busy roads and we head more down the sort of single track lanes and stuff. But with it being winter time here in the UK, it is very pitch black down those lanes. And if we do encounter a car, they won't be able to see me. So we're probably best sticking to the pavements, even though it does mean we're on the main road. So let's start this route, and then we can start chatting about the Spotlight Hour and also anything else you want to bring up in the comments below. Go Wild area, anything, any reaction to that, let me know in the comments below what you thought of it. Did you manage to get anything decent from Go Wild area? Did you like the event? Of course, it was the first time we've ever had a event like that, and it's sort of got to the stage now where every season is going to be getting a big event. So obviously next season we have had a little bit of information released, and it's called Jewel Destiny is going to be called the next season. And that starts on the 3rd of December, runs to the 4th of March. And during that period, right at the end, so the start of March, we will get the Univitor Global. So The week before that, end of February time, we will get in-person Unova tours, and then the global will be, I think it's March the 1st and March the 2nd. So pretty much every season now is getting to a stage where it has some sort of big event at the end of it. Obviously, we had the Go Wild area in this season. Next season will be the Unova tour. The season after that might be Go Fest, or is the Go Fest the season after? We'll have to wait and see. But it is getting to a stage where there's so many big events throughout the year as well, about 3 or 4 now. So what do you think of that as a whole? Do you like those sort of events? Are we a bit too full on? Is there too much going on? Or do you think it's just the right amount of stuff? Let me know in the comments. Pokemon storage full, that's not a good thing we want to see, but we can clear that out quite quickly. Won't be keeping any extra large. Already got the showcase medal, so there's no specific need for that. There is currently a showcase still ongoing, and that features Snorlax. So if you haven't put your Pokemon on showcase stops yet, it does finish tomorrow night, I think it is. So make sure to go put your biggest Snorlax on the showcase stops near you. Always seem to get some good rewards from those showcase wins, as well as the encounter potentially of the Pikachu PhD when you have won 100 showcases, and also the pose and glasses and different costume avatar things related to that Pikachu PhD along the way as well. You can find all that out on the badge in your profile page. Now, going back to Joltik Spotlight Hour, of course there is a bonus with every Spotlight Hour. We have an additional bonus, and today's bonus is 2 times catch XP. So if you can, try and take your time throwing the Pokeballs at Joltik and catching these Joltik. It is very difficult to do it because they are, of course, very, very small. But if you can hit a couple of excellent throws, you'll be getting upwards of 2,000 XP normally. And if you have a lucky egg on, you'll be looking towards around about 4,500 XP per throw. So that's a very, very nice return on these Joltiks, but they are really small and quite tricky to hit those excellent throws on. I've not hit many myself so far, but we haven't got a lucky egg on. I'm not too worried about it, but we will put our daily incense on as well at the same time. Now, that was obviously something that was really, really good at a weekend, daily incense. You could put it on, obviously use Roar of Time on a Dialga. If you didn't have a Dialga before the event with Roar of Time, hopefully you've had one since during the event. But you could use Roar of Time on Dialga, Origin form. You could extend your daily incense. And with the Safari Balls that we managed to obtain during the weekend, and only for the weekend, we've had them taken off us now, but those Safari Balls had a really, really high catch rate. It helped us catching mighty Pokemon. Most legendary raids that I did during the weekend, they went in first ball, which was really, really good. And I did encounter a Galarian Moltres on Saturday, and that went in first ball with a Safari Ball. So they were really, really useful in catching those Galarian birds. Unfortunately, no shiny Galarian Moltres, no shiny Galarian birds at all at the moment. But hopefully we can get one of those sooner rather than later. You never know, one might appear during this Joltik Spotlight Hour. So managing to hit the great throws on these Joltiks. That was an excellent. So another thing to remember with the current season coming to a close quite soon in December the 3rd. The current season bonuses will also go, so the likes of the guaranteed trade XL from trading Pokemon. So if you've got loads of things that you wanted some candy XL for, then trade them with a friend, try and do like for like on your Toxicities or your Snorlax with a costume, anything that you want trade XL from. Or if you've been doing loads of legendaries during the Go Wild area, get those traded with a friend, try and trade one each day or something, just to try and earn a little bit more candy XL and get the most out of that benefit before it goes. And another feature and another bonus that will also go during this current season is the 1.5 times friendship XP. So make sure to try and level up with friends that you're close to leveling up. Make sure to try and level up with them before December the 3rd. Put a luck egg on. The likes of a best friend is currently 100,000 normally. It's 150,000 during this season, and with a luck egg on, that means it's 300,000. So make the most of that benefit while you can during the last week or so. Now I am thinking about doing another YouTube video later on this week regarding the new season. So let me know in the comments below if you'd like to see a YouTube video up about the new season, about the new features, what we're going to expect, what December's going to look like on the game. Any news that I find, we can bring it together into one YouTube video. So let me know in the comments below if that's something you want or you'd be interested in viewing. So these are quite tricky, these Joltiks, to try and hit a excellent throw. So the XP bonus doesn't particularly work very well in this Spotlight Tower, but we'll try and hit a few as we're going along. Very, very cold here in the UK as well, so cold hands does not help hitting these excellent throws. We are using Great Balls more often than not. Joltik does have a little bit of a tendency to run away when using normal Pokeballs. They are quite difficult to catch normally. So the Great Balls will hopefully help with the amount that we're catching. Therefore we can hopefully benefit a bit more from that 2 times catch XP bonus during the hour. We'd definitely like another shiny one of this during the hour if we can. Always nice to have a shiny during Spotlight Hour. And of course, if I do manage to get a shiny during Spotlight Hour, then anybody in the comments below can give it a nickname, as we always like to do. So if you see a shiny, first one to write a non-offensive, non-rude nickname in the comments below, we'll rename it that if I like it. Well, let's just see if I am on this gym. Yes, it looks like I could be. Or either that or the gym's full. Whalmer on the daily incense. It just might look like that was pink. Luckily it's not. Now, of course, if you did want Joltik shiny, if it was a shiny that you was after during a Spotlight Hour and you haven't yet had your Spotlight Hour in your region, then you can always use Dialga's Adventure Effect Spatial Rend. That will allow you to see more Pokemon It would be a good time to use that on a spotlight hour on a shiny that you need. Hey Paul, how are you? How's your Pokemon week been? Or a couple of weeks actually, since we last was live. Good, that's good to hear. Did you do Go Wild area? If so, did you manage to get what you want, and what did you think of the event? The first ever Go Wild area. One thing about the Go Wild area is, after the Go Wild area is finished, we've ended up getting a few little post Go Wild area benefits. We have Team Go Rocket grunts arriving on balloons every 15 minutes, so it's really easy to earn a radar. And the grunts that you'll encounter off of balloons every 15 minutes will differ between two different sets depending on if you chose poison or the electric path during the Go Wild area. So if you keep seeing the same grunts appearing off a balloon, that's why, and that's a reason. But yeah, every 15 minutes you'll see another Team Go Rocket grunt balloon appearing, and obviously when you've earned 6, then you'll get your radar and go against one of the leaders when that arrives in the next balloon. So it is a really, really good way of keep going after those leaders. Now, the annoying thing about the post event, the post Go Wild area, is that Toxel, which was obviously the new Pokemon, the baby form of Toxicity, that was appearing in 10k eggs over the event and over the course of last week as well. And that's now been removed out of 10k eggs. It's no longer in the eggs. So whether that's going to be brought back in potentially the event that starts at the end of this week, we'll have to wait and see. But at the moment, for at least, they have actually disappeared, which is a little bit annoying. We won't do any rocket balloons just yet. We'll wait until our daily incense is finished. Yeah, the removal of Toxel is quite annoying, really. The 2 days in which to try and hatch Toxel, of course, you could buy the previous ticket leading up to the Go Wild area, but the 2 days just seemed quite insufficient to try and hatch a baby Pokemon like that. Of course, someday in potentially the next couple of years, it will probably have a hatch day like most baby Pokemon do, but we'll probably have to wait a while for that. But yeah, it was a bit annoying that they removed it out of the 10k eggs, but hopefully they'll add it back to the egg pool in the event leading up at the end of this week, or potentially even into next season. So fingers crossed for that. Gengar off a daily incense. No shiny. That would have been really, really nice. Never encountered a shiny wild Gengar before. So that would have been super cool if that just happened, but it didn't. But a very, very nice incense spawn. Not quite the glaring bird, but still. A Gengar, nonetheless. My favourite Pokemon of all time. We're never going to turn that down. This time just a Joltik off a daily incense. Now, buddy-wise, we are working on our Simisear. Obviously the evolved form of Pansear, which is the one that we have here in Europe. We are, of course, getting quite close to the end of the year now, and some of you have you Kyogre raid no louder. Yeah, no more Kyogre raids. They were just about for the Go Wild area. Unfortunately, they've disappeared now, so no more Kyogre raids, unfortunately. The primals that were about during the weekend, they've all disappeared, as well as the primal Groudon. It'll be, I think it's tomorrow, that we get the new raid bosses that come out. The raid hour for tomorrow will be 4 different legendaries all at once, so that's going to be a little bit tricky to decide which one you're going to with your group of people, or unless you just decide to do all of them nevertheless. But that's fine, Paul, don't worry. The raid hour tomorrow is going to be Zaramazenta, Zacian, Regidrago and Regieleki. Now, of course, we had Zacian and Zaramazenta not long ago, actually, shiny released, and they were on 5-star raids, each individually. And then Regidrago and Regieleki, I think we've had them, of course, we had them in elite raids when we first came out. They were released in elite raids. And I think we have had them on normal raids once before as well. But they are coming out and they can be shiny. So they are going to be the new shiny legendaries released. Regidrago and Regieleki, the new shinies. And of course, Zaramazenta and Zacian, if you didn't manage to get them before, it's a really, really good time to try and get one of those until they disappear again. But they should be hitting raids tomorrow. And hopefully you can get the shiny that you're after. Of course, I'll be trying to get the shiny Regidrago and Regieleki. I have already obtained the Zacian and Zaramazenta. Hey Ryan, how are you? Thanks very much for joining. Hopefully, Ryan, you're a little bit warmer than I am at this moment in time. It's freezing here. But yeah, I'm unsure about the timing of the Regidrago and Regieleki shiny release. Don't get me wrong, I like the fact that they are being released shiny, but the timing of putting them in raids with Zacian and Zaramazenta and all 4 being on raids all at the same time seems a little bit messy, especially raid hour tomorrow. Certain people might only want to do certain ones and save their passes for the one we want to do, so it might get a little bit messy in that respect. But hopefully we manage to get that shiny tomorrow. The 2 new ones would be really nice if we managed to get that straight away. But normally, myself personally on raid hours, I tend to struggle to get those shinies, so we'll have to wait and see if we manage to get one of those. No Shiny Joltik as of yet. 23 minutes gone. We will just put a incense on as well. We have got 201 incenses, so we could perhaps do with using a couple of these as we're going along. Now let's just see if we are on this red gym. Looks like we are. Could be my shiny Punkaboo out the back, is it not? No, shiny Rattata, so we'll leave it on there. So my trainer code, every now and again, I'll post it in the community section on my YouTube. So if you keep an eye out on my YouTube channel, then in the community section, I'll post it in there. I'll leave it in there for about 3 or 4 days, and then I'll change the code. So make sure to keep an eye out for that. I'll probably post it in there towards the end of the week. I'll try and clear some of the friends list out before the end of this week, and then I can have some space to add some more people. So if you don't already, if you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. We have gone over 1,000 likes, which is absolutely incredible. 1,000 subscribes, actually, sorry, which is absolutely incredible. Definitely didn't imagine that at the start of this year, but we've reached it. So big shout out to everybody who's already hit that subscribe button. But I did see a little graphic the other day on my YouTube analytics, my weekly review that I see as a channel host, and it came up saying that around about 94% of people who constantly come back and review my channel, they aren't subscribed. So make sure you do hit that subscribe button. It'll be a massive help. Thank you very much if you do. Now, can we collect any more particles today? We can't. But we have got a lot left over, so we're probably going to do a couple of these Dynamax battles as well. We'll hit this Bulbasaur in a minute when we get a little bit closer. So let's mix things up a bit. We'll do this rocket balloon, and then we'll do the Dynamax Bulbasaur as well. Now, with these rockets appearing every 15 minutes at this moment in time, I think that's only if you had the ticket during the Go Wild area, that they appear every 15 minutes after. But with them appearing quite a bit at this moment in time, I always like to put my current buddy at the end of a party. It earns a battle heart instead of me having to fight the trainer. So me personally, the route I chose was electric on the Go Wild area, and that means these grunts tend to be water or flying, which means I see a lot of Shelder and a lot of Pidgey and Starly. So they are the most common grunts that I'm currently seeing from the Tingo Rocket Balloons. Virtually all of them are Shelder at this moment in time, but we have had quite a few flying types as well. But if you chose the poison path, then you'll be seeing, I think, some bug types, and there's another different typing as well that you'll see if you chose the poison path. So 227 on the Shelder. From what I've seen today, that's not a very good one. It'll probably go straight into the, or transferred, should I say, straight into the Professor. Yeah, not very good at all. We'll chuck that one away. But we have earned a Rocket Radar, and in the next minute we'll get another balloon as well, so that's always nice. But we'll just catch these Joltiks around here. We'll do this Dynamax Charmander, and then we'll do the next balloon that comes in with the Rocket Leader. I haven't actually got any of these current Rocket Leader Pokemon shiny yet. So Arlo has got Beldum, Sierra has got Ralts, and Cliff has got Galarian Zigzagoon. So any of those is a nice shiny to have. Of course, the most useful one out of those is arguably Beldum, but also God of War as well, with the Ralts is a really, really good and useful shadow to have. So either of those two is a very, very nice one to have for raids. But the Galarian Zigzagoon, it probably is the most good looking out of all of them as a shiny. We'll spin these, we'll do this Dynamax Charmander. I was lucky enough to get 2 Hundo Dynamax Jobers. One was off a raid itself, I think it was 786 that we had to encounter. And then another one was given to me, or luckily given to me. I did a random trade just before the Go Wild area started on the Saturday, and I ended up getting a lucky Hundo one, so that was really, really nice. Instantly maxed out to level 50, but I haven't yet maxed its moves out. I'll be working on that over the course of the next week or so, potentially some of the days where I earn my particles. I won't do any Dynamax, and instead I'll just power up the movesets of my second Hundo Drillbit, or Excadrill as it is now. But level 1s are super easy to take down on the Dynamax front. I didn't quite understand the Dynamax of toxicity. Obviously Dynamax toxicity was in max battles during the weekend, during the Go Wild area, along with Dynamax toxicity as well. So naturally you'd want to go and do a Gigantamax, and unfortunately obviously if you didn't have enough people then you weren't able to. But the cost for a Gigantamax toxicity was 800 max particles, and the cost of a Dynamax toxicity, which you could solo, was also 800 max particles. So it was a little bit inconsistent with the pricing, I felt, in terms of the max particles with that. It would have made more sense for the Dynamax toxicity to cost, let's say, 600 max particles, because you've got to sort of think Beldum is, as a Dynamax, cost 400. We have the level 1s, which Beldum was a level 3, should I say. With level 1s, the likes of Charmander, Bulbasaur, and so on, they all cost 250. So you would hazard a guess a level 4 Dynamax, which toxicity was, should be around about the 600 max particle mark, not 800, the same as a Gigantamax. So that was a little bit annoying. But of course, if you was a ticket holder, then you could earn more max particles throughout the 2 days. In fact, you could earn quite a lot more. Instead of the 800 limit, you could earn 3,200. So that was quite a substantial increase. So hopefully you managed to get a Gigantamax if you had enough people, or Dynamax if you didn't, of toxicity. Now we have yet to get the Galar Call in, the last few stages of that, so we'll have to wait to see if that appears towards the end of this week. Obviously the next season starts in a week's time, so it's surely got to finish that research in the next week or so. Now we'll just catch those and then we'll head into this rocket battle, and it is Cliff, so it will be Galarian Zigzagoon. All Pokemon are healed and fine, so that's good. So Zigzagoon is relatively easy to take down with any Pokemon virtually. Obviously fighting types are arguably the best, but there's a reason why I haven't switched into my Lucario, and that's mainly because Cliff tends to have Tyranitar at the back of his squad, or something quite beefy like that, so we'll have to wait and see. But Venusaur second, that is the reason why we have Reshiram there to switch into. And we'll get to a Fusion Flare. Now he will block this, he always blocks the first two, so we'll let this just go through. Instantly blocked. We'll do the same in return. And as we said, Tyranitar is in the back. Now we will use a Fusion Flare. It's not very super effective against Tyranitar, but it will get rid of his last shield. Always uses 2 shields instantly. So it's always good to get that move. And then we will switch into Lucario now. And as you can see, Tyranitar is very weak to fighting types. And we don't even have to use a charge move with our Lucario there. Just wind his Tyranitar down with normal fast moves. No shiny Zigzagoon, 106, so that's not a too bad a one. I have seen very much lower ones than that today. I've seen around about 80 CP, so 106 potentially is not bad. Let's have a quick look and see. So 2-star, so not terrible, not brilliant, but a 2-star Zigzagoon. It will probably end up going to a Professor, but for now we will leave it at where it is. We'll catch these Joltiks, and we might do another Bulbasaur heading up here. Now the reason why I'm thinking about doing a Bulbasaur as well is because next season it has been leaked that potentially Gigantamax Lapras is going to be coming out on a sort of Max Battle Day, very similar to the Gengar Max Battle Day and the free starters that we had, the Gigantamax free starters, Blastoise, Charizard and Venusaur. It's going to be a very similar day to that, and it's going to be featuring Lapras. So Lapras being a water type, it's going to be weak to grass, but of course Lapras is also an ice type, so it might also be super effective against grass. So depending on what movesets it's got, it might be good to have a Bulbasaur or it might be bad to have a Bulbasaur. So, but as it stands, we haven't currently got a decent Dynamax Bulbasaur. Not one good enough where we can get it up to a Venusaur and power it up. So we'll try and see if we can obtain one while doing this max battle. Now, I wasn't so lucky with a Gigantamax Venusaur either. I don't think I got a very good one of them at all. But Dynamax Bulbasaur, of course, this featured in yesterday's Max Monday as well. So every Monday a new event has been released, and it's sort of like a raid hour, but for max battles. And yesterday it was the turn of Bulbasaur to be featured. Now, we did do 5 of those Bulbasaurs. You can see that video up on my channel, yes, that we posted yesterday. So if you've missed that, make sure to tune into that. And let me know what you think about the Max Mondays as well in the comments on that video. I quite enjoy them as an event, really, but it is another way for you to try and spend more money in the game, but that's always going to be a case. 597, really bad Bulbasaur Dynamax. 625 was the best one that we've had so far. 623, I think, was the best one yesterday. You'll have to check out a video to double check on that. But 597, really bad. Not really worth keeping, but we'll keep it just for the trade. Potential of getting a better one through trading, especially if it goes lucky. So we'll keep that, and we'll hopefully do a like for like with somebody else. So still no shiny has appeared for the Joltik. Get that one off the incense. I'm not sure if I checked that one before, but we'll check it again. Let's just catch these Joltiks as we're here. Now, we haven't used our free raid pass today either, so we might do a raid on way as well. Let's just see what raids are about. So, Marini, we have a Shadow Machop. Might actually do a Shadow Machop. Is a decent Shadow. And especially if we get it shiny. So I think we've still got yesterday's raid pass, so we might as well use yesterday's raid pass on this Shadow Machop and then obtain today's raid pass. And then we can save that today's raid pass for raid hour tomorrow. So seems all the reason why we should perhaps do this Machop. And of course, if we do get a decent Shadow Machop, then that's always a good fighting type to go and to power up with for our fighting squads. "90 seconds, should be already up. There we go. So Shadow Machop shouldn't need any gems for this, with it being a level 1, should be able to just power through. There we go. So 708, I don't know if that's any good or not. I don't know if anybody knows in the comments. 708 CP. Bit of XP there as well. No shiny. Let's use a Pineab. Excellent throw as well. Caught on the first ball. So Shadow Machop 708. How good is it? So it's not too bad actually. It's not too bad. 14, 13, 10. So not terrible. But it was our free raid pass from yesterday. Now spinning the gym should give us one for today as well. There we go. And we'll save that one for tomorrow's raid hour. Meaning we'll be able to do 2 for free tomorrow before starting to use our green raid passes, of which we got through quite a few at the weekend, raiding all those toxicities and Snorlax costume raids, Dialga raids, Palkia raids, Kyogre and Groudon. We went after them all at the weekend trying to get the shinies with the backgrounds. And you'll be able to see how I managed to get on with the Go Wild Area event, with the video that I uploaded after the event on my channel as well. So make sure to check that out. You'll find out all the shinies that we managed to obtain, all the hundos that we managed to obtain as well. And also my overall experience and review of the event as well, the first ever Go Wild Area event. So make sure to go check that out. Excellent throw down that Joltik. Very few and far between on the excellent throws, but still. Another one. Once we get a hang of it. And another one. Completely missing these excellent throws now. Was very short-lived, that was. A run of around about 2 or 3 excellent throws, and then since then, nothing. Oh, there we go. There's the one. So Palkia Origin and Dialga Origin are still on 5-star raids at this moment in time. They'll finish tomorrow. Like I mentioned before, we'll get 4 legendaries appearing tomorrow for raid hour. It's going to be a little bit chaotic. 2 brand new shinies, Regidrago and Regieleki. Hopefully manage to get those shiny. Where is this Shiny Joltik? He must be around here somewhere. Where is he? Very, very cold hands now. Very cold hands. Don't know quite what the temperature is here in the UK, but it's very, very cold. Transfer them again. Clear out some space. We can start catching these Joltiks once more. So 14 minutes left of the Spotlight Hour, into the last quarter of it. Can we get a shiny one? Of course, at the end of Spotlight Hour as well, we always have a little bit of a review to see what we managed to get, if we managed to get any shinies, hundos, etc. So make sure to stick around for that. Struggling to feel my fingers right now. Definitely need to try and invest in some touchscreen gloves for these Spotlight Hours. It's only going to get colder here. Definitely not a fan of the winter weather. So there's another Dynamax Bulbasaur up here, so we'll be doing that in just a second as well. It would be quite a nice feature if you could invite on Dynamax battles, even if it costs a little bit more like it does with raid passes. So for instance, 250 for an in-person, but if you were to remote in, it costs you 300, let's say. I think it would be quite a nice feature, that. Maybe something that they're looking into. But of course, they were trying to push for more in-person things going forward, so potentially that's a reason for these max battles, and keeping them in person will allow that to happen. Just quickly check that one on the incense. We'll catch these Joltiks around here, and then we'll do a Bulbasaur on the way back down, because we're going to have to come the way we've just bin. So 10 more minutes of Spotlight Hour. Joltik has so far avoided us. You never know, with all the ones we've caught, we may have landed on a hundo, but definitely we haven't seen a shiny one as of yet. But there is still time. It's time for that to change. It's going to have to change pretty quickly if it is going to change, but there is still time. It only takes one click for it to all change, and for that shiny one to appear. Would be nice if we can get one on stream as well. Like I was mentioning before, we don't specifically need it for a family, but it's always a nice to have when we're live on stream. So no luck so far. We'll head down to this Bulbasaur. Let's check out one off the incense first, and we'll head into this Dynamax. Good thing with Dynamax is you can ready up straight away. It's not like a normal raid where you have to wait 30 seconds before it gets to the 90-second mark. You can just ready up straight away. Here's a feature we need to bring out, especially to those lower level raids. Would be nice to just ready up straight away and not have to wait 30 seconds to do a level 1 raid. This time we have Dynamax Gengar going in against Dynamax Bulbasaur. No matter what you put in here, it shouldn't be too difficult to take down. Even if you went in with another Bulbasaur, it would probably still take it down pretty easily. So Dynamax battle complete, you win. It is a nice bit of XP as well you get from these, 5,000 for a level 1. Quite nice. And you always tend to get a Candy XL as well, and a rare candy. No shiny, 615. So again, not fantastic, but a lot better than the 597 that we had before. We probably have got one more, enough max particles to do one more today. So we'll just have a quick look around and see if there is any more Bulbasaurs about, or anything that takes our fancy. Obviously, we have got the other starter Pokemon as well on Dynamax battles, the likes of Scorbunny, Sobble, and Grookey. But the good thing with doing Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle is, of course, you can get them shiny. The other ones, I mentioned just, the other starters, unfortunately can't get those shiny yet. They will eventually get their shiny, as all starter Pokemon do. We always have a community day for them. And that tends to be when the starter Pokemon have their shiny released. So we'll have to wait and see when those community days for those starters do appear. But at this moment in time, you cannot obtain the shiny of Scorbunny, Sobble, or Grookey. And I would probably hazard a guess that the starter Pokemon from a Kanto are probably more useful, probably have a slightly higher attack stat especially in the likes of Charmander, for example. And of course, as well, those starter Pokemon, those free Kanto starters, you can actually use them in normal raids as well. They are really, really useful because they all do Mega Evolve as well. So you can sort of get the best of both worlds, use them in the Dynamax, and then use them as a Mega Evolution in normal raids as well. So really do get the best of both worlds if you do Dynamax battles of the Kanto starters, Charmander, Squirtle and Bulbasaur. So that's why we're trying to head to those in particular. But 5 minutes left of the Joltik Spotlight Hour. Can we obtain a Shiny Joltik before the end of the hour? We'll try and get the Shiny Joltik over the course of the next 5 minutes. And then we will also head to that final ball. There we go, that's a little bit better. I'm literally freezing myself here. So make sure to hit that subscribe button. I'd love it if we get to a stage where we get enough subscribers where we can start doing giveaways and stuff like that on the channel. That would be a really, really cool thing to do. It's definitely something that I'm looking into. So please hit that subscribe button so we can make that happen and we can give something back to all you. On the live videos, when we have gone live in the past before, and loads of people commenting on the videos I put up on my. A bit of connection issue there, apologies for that, but the last 2 minutes and show you while getting a bit of 7 o'clock, they've all gone. So we'll have a little bit of a look into in a minute. Didn't get any shot, so that's a little bit disappointing. Connection issues at the moment in time, so I do apologize. Not very good at all. Let's just have a quick look at turnout for the Spotlight Hour in terms of shinies or hundos, but hopefully you had fun tuning in. Make sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel as well, leave your comments down below. Thanks very much for joining me on Spotlight Hour today. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Subscribe and I'll catch you very soon on the channel. Thanks very much. Bye for now.